Hello YouTube and welcome to another review, and today I'm finally going to be reviewing my Star Trek Tricorder made by Diamond Select Toys / Art Asylum. Here it is, and here's the box. It's got that nice Captain Kirk image there that I like, concept image. Here it says classic Tricorder, includes authentic phrases and sound effects from Star Trek the original series. Here it says featuring the voice of Leonard Nimoy as Mr. Spock. It's really cool. Star Trek the original series written here. I like how on the logo they've got like details of the saucer plating, which I think is pretty cool. And here we have the original series Enterprise, looking awesome as it always does. Some choking hazards and stuff. This side we just got like the badge kind of window thing, and Diamond Select logo. Here we have our Asylum, and oh, I never noticed that it says 2-in-1 design, scanner included. Okay. Here, classic tricorder and whatnot. Here is your stuff here. If you want to read that, just be my guest. Let's pause it. Here we have some other things like the medical tricorder, Klingon disruptor. I'm gonna get that sometime in the future. And comes with your instructions as well, which I actually don't really remember looking at when I got this. I probably did, I just can't remember, so I'm just gonna have a quick look at it. Actually, wait, yeah, I did. I remember now. They were really long instructions. So yeah, they really put a lot of care into like adjusting your strap, changing the batteries on the science scanner, how to use the science scanner, how to use everything properly here and whatnot. Yeah, I like the fact that they took so much care in the instructions. Kind of like character options used to do back in the day with like sonic screwdrivers and things, which I like. Don't know why, it just appeals to me. But here is the overall, the tricorder, and it looks awesome. It looks pretty much exactly like one from the show. It's got something there. Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks exactly like the one from the show. It's a bit of paint scratching along here on the silver, but I can deal with it. It's awesome. It's got like that nice textured pattern on it. It's quite solid actually. On the back, it's not as solid, but like you can feel it's solid up here. Like if you listen to the sound of the taps, it's quite hollow here, which is a shame, but I can deal with it. On the bottom, you got a nice like glossy piece, which looks cool. There's some scratching here on the silver because of how it's put down like that, but it's alright. In the package, it's displayed like this with the top open, and I have it set to triming mode, so I'll show you that in a second. Here we have the screen. Obviously, as we know in the series, it was just like grey, but they're giving us something here which I think looks quite nice. You've got here it says landing party, like where you are. So there's 3. I presume that's Bones, Kirk, and Spock. There it says unknown energy source. Here, there it says intermediate life form. Here it says more life forms with readings, and here it says like the planet, class M, and some other readings like the temperature, the radiation, and it's just awesome. Pretty much all the things that Spock would really talk about, which I think looks pretty cool. Here we have your lights, buttons, and the speaker, which is disguised very well and looks awesome. Here is your strap. It's quite cheap actually. I've taped it along the sides here because it will rip otherwise, so I'd recommend you do that with some black tape. It might look a bit noticeable, but it will help it last a lot longer, so I'd say do that. Here we have your moire when you open this panel, and your data discs, which are meant to be put on the moire, but you can't really use them for anything, and they just keep on falling around everywhere, so they just left them in place. I think the paint could have been a bit better. These black lines, it seems a bit just could be better in my opinion. Yeah, and then this opens and it locks in place, which is pretty cool right here. but you can, like, there's teeth here and they lock in there, but yeah. Here's your space for your science scanner, but problem with that is, say you're cosplaying or something, keep on rolling around, and so I'd say just, well, if you're like hell bent on carrying it with you, maybe just keep it in your pocket or something. We have more of those data discs here. Once again, I think the paint could have been a bit better on the black lines. It's not showing that well on camera, but the paint isn't the best, but it is good. The battery case is also here. You just pull it from here. Oh, we should get some light. Yeah, it works. Just pull it from there. And in here we have your battery compartment. And something I like about this is the actual legal crap is well hidden here. It's on the battery compartment, so it's not in the way or anything. And here is your buttons and stuff for on, off and try me. What I'll do is I'll just show you the try me phrase now. It doesn't matter which button you press, it'll be the same phrase.
Strange. Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity, apparently human. Strange.
Oh, God.
Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity, apparently human.
And that's basically the same for all the buttons.
Strange. Strange. Strange.
See?
Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity, apparently human.
Now if I turn it to play, I'll show you what the first button does. But before I do that, the science scanner. It's very cool, as you can see here. It's got this like piece of almost foam-like material here, which you can remove. I thought it was kind of like foam when I first held it. It was actually a nice, very nicely textured rubber. Here is your button, which looks stupid. It has off and on there. I mean, right, first of all, I'm not a big fan of the overall switch, but that is just irritating. They have the nice grooves and everything there. The light is cool, like the way it shines. I'll move on to the downside of that later. But yeah, here are the sounds of this. I'll show you what all the buttons do. This is what the first one does. You press it. And oh wait, before I do that actually, if you turn it to on mode and you open it, it makes a sound. Like a click. That's cool. But you press this and you shut it. You wait for 5 seconds, I believe, and yeah. A very cool sound effect.
Captain, Tricorder picking up very faint life reading. It's approximately 700 meters from here.
And it does it, and if you do it for a second time, you get
They've locked onto my tricorder. Very ingenious. They fed back my own impulses and built up an overload.
that's from the episode with where Kirk fights the Gorn, where they're on the planet. He just kind of chucks his tricorder because it's about to blow up, and well, you can't really understand what he says, but because of how fast the tone is. But he says, "Very ingenious. They fed back my own impulses and built up an overload." Although he says, "Very ingenious. They fed back my own impulses and built up an overload." Literally that quickly. So yeah, the second button, your awesome scanning sound. It's relatively loud as well, and yeah, here's the problem with the science scanner that I can talk about now. It doesn't have any sound, so you need this, like the tricorder, for this to operate. Kind of like with the phaser, you need the top part for it to operate. But the idea is you turn it on at the same time with the sound effect to create the illusion that it's coming from this. So like that, but that's kind of annoying. And I wouldn't really use this if I was to cosplay, so yeah, don't need it. But also, when you turn on the scanning sound, the more how awesome does that look? It's very loud, but I can live with it because of how cool it is. Yeah, it'll make another pattern in a second. Kind of like a star. Oh, here it is. Star pattern. Awesome. And your final button is basically sound effects. I'll just show you that. I think it's this light, which I think is very cool because it flashes like in conjunction with how the person speaks. Like when they speak, it'll flash along with their voice. So like.
Captain, impulse is that direction. Very weak, possibly a survivor. Getting another life reading, Captain. Azimuth 93 degrees, range 1570 yards. An alien metal of some kind. An alloy resistant to probe. Seems to be some disturbance coming from that cave. Oh, strange. Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity, apparently human.
And that's the try me phrase as well that you just played.
Impossible to calculate. We lack data to analyze. Captain, impulse is that direction. Very weak, possibly a survivor.
I think I finished now. Hold on.
Getting another life reading, Captain. Azimuth 93 degrees, range 1570 yards.
I think there's like 2 more.
An alien metal of some kind. An alloy resistant to probe. Seems to be some disturbance coming from that cave.
Oh yeah, I already ran through those like last 3, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's overall incredibly awesome. It's well scaled with your other Diamond Select goodies. So yep, I'm just gonna kind of position all my cool Diamond Select, or my landing gear stuff as I call it. Just gonna position all that with it. Yeah, it looks awesome. You can get all these in a set for about £120 or dollars or whatever, or you can just buy them separately like me. I'm glad I've got them all. I paid £55 for my tricorder, just in case you wanted to know, from Forbidden Planet. It's a bit steep, but it's worth it because of how awesome it is, and because...
Strange. Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity, apparently human.
I just love Spock's voice. And I don't know whether you can see this on the camera or whether it's just me on my phone, but the lights, like when they flash, there's 3 dots like on the silver part of the tricorder. I can see it on my camera, but I don't know whether you'll be able to see it when I upload it, but it doesn't matter. I hope you enjoyed my review. I really do like these. These are very cool. I'd highly recommend you get them. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care, YouTube.